and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, I'm Madison, and you may be wondering, what is this egghead doing on my screen? But for today's video, I am going to be filming my everyday makeup look. This is the makeup look that I go for when I'm actually wearing makeup. It's really simple. You can wear it pretty much every day, and it's very versatile. So let's just get right into the video. So the first thing that I do before I start doing my makeup is I look in the mirror and I see what it is I'm working with. So today I do have a bit of breakouts going on around my chin and on my forehead. Kind of like to get an idea of what I'm starting with before I start my makeup. So as a base for my makeup, I always start with a primer. This is a matte primer, and I feel like this makes it so that my makeup goes on a lot smoother and lasts a lot longer. I do have kind of oily skin, so this I found really helps kind of like build that barrier so that throughout the day I don't get as oily around my T-zone. I'm using a Lancome primer. You can pretty much use any primer that you want, but I just found this one works best with my skin. So I don't use a lot, just about this much, and then I just put it on my T-zone. I like to focus it where I tend to get most oily. Once I put on my primer, I use foundation. You don't have to use foundation. You can use a BB cream, or if you do want to use foundation and want to use something with more coverage, totally go for that. I'm using a foundation stick, and it has medium coverage. It also has SPF in it, so that's really important to protect your skin throughout the day. And because it's a stick, I just apply it all over my face, and I try not to get it a lot on my forehead so that it doesn't look like I'm wearing a mask throughout the day. And now I'm just going to take a simple foundation brush and just blend that into my skin. Okay, so another little tip, when I'm blending in my foundation, I don't like to drag a lot. I tend to like pat, because that ensures that it's like being put into your skin. My mom taught me that. She was a makeup artist, so I trust her. And then also when I get to my forehead, when I was in high school, I made the mistake of literally just like putting foundation all the way up to my forehead, and you can see that there's foundation there. So I tend to center it around here and then pull it up and blend it into my hairline. So that's kind of what I want to focus on when I'm putting my foundation on. But once I put my foundation on, I go in with the concealer. I personally don't like covering up every spot on my face, just because I think you look more real and natural if you have some spots showing. So I'm not going to worry too much about literally just like covering everything. I mainly want to focus on my under eyes, and then I do have some bigger pimples that I'm going to try and cover up a bit, but I'm not going to worry too much with the ones around here, because I want to still look like it's my skin and not like I'm just trying to hide everything. When I put my concealer on for under my eyes, I like to focus it on the corner of my eye, and then I drag up just to make my face look more elongated. So I tend to drag the concealer up, and then I'll blend that out later. And then I like to put it right here on the corners of both of my nostrils, just to brighten up that part of my face, because it tends to get lost in the shadows. And then I put it on the corners of my lips, and then on my nose, and then I'll cover up any of the blemishes that I have on my face. So I'm going to cover up this big second head on my forehead. So I have all of my concealer on my face, and then now it is time to blend it in. I like to set both the foundation and concealer with a beauty blender that's a little bit moist, because I think it makes the foundation like soak in more. I don't know if that's true, but I personally just see a little bit of a difference when I do it. So I am just beating my face with this beauty blender, and I think it makes it look a little bit more natural. Now that I've dabbed my face, I'm going to set my foundation with a setting powder. This is a translucent setting powder, and I'm just going to take my big fluffy brush and swirl it around in the setting powder. You can use any setting powder that you like, and I'm gonna just focus it on my T-zone that's gonna get oily throughout the day. Once my face is all settled and mattified, I am going to put some color back into it because I just took all of it out when I put the foundation and concealer on. So when I do that, I like to put bronzer on my face. I used to contour, but I found if I want to look a little bit more natural, I kind of contour with the bronzer, and this bronzer has a bit of a shimmer to it, so it makes me look really glowy and like I was just out in the sun all day and I got a really nice fresh tan. I'm using this brush. It says it's supposed to be a blush brush, but I like how it works with the bronzer because it's very light, and I really go ham with this bronzer. I put it everywhere because I like to look like I'm a beach babe. I'm always on the beach surfing, when in reality I literally don't ever go to the beach because it's always freezing here. So I just put this on literally everywhere. And so when I do it, I like to start where I would put contour, so along the hollows of my cheek, the top of my forehead, and then along my jawline. So that's what I'm going to do, basically create a 3 on my face. Once I put the bronzer on my face and I look very glowy and tanned, I put on some blush, and I'm using this Glossier liquid blush that I'm obsessed with. It does come out really fast, so be careful if you're using this, and it's very pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way. So this color is their Beam in their Cloud Paint, which I really love. It's very peachy and not too dark for my skin tone, which I think looks really good. So what I do is I just squeeze a little bit on the back of my hand to warm up the product, and then I use my fingers to dab it onto my cheeks. So I just dabbed about that much onto my hand, and I'm just gonna dabble my middle finger in there and then focus my blush on the higher parts of my cheek. I used to make the mistake of putting it like right here, and it made my face look really closed off, and so I found if you put them a little bit higher, more onto your cheekbones, it opens up your face more. But wait, there is more. I'm not finished with just that one blush. I go in with a second blush. So this blush does have a bit of a shimmer, which I really like. So if you want to do the double blush, I recommend getting a blush that has a little bit of a shimmer added to it, just to like add a little bit more. And I do like going in with a liquid and then going over it again with a powder. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And for this one, I don't put that much on because it's really just there to add the shimmer to it. And I just literally do the quickest. The quickest dabble, and then if you mess up, you can just take the powder brush and like literally just rub it off because I put way too much. Now that I've done the face, let's move on to the eyeballs. So to create a base, I use the same color of bronzer on my eyelids, and I use this little brush right here. I found it at my house and it says all over shadow, so it seemed right, and I literally just rub it all over my eyelids. Okay, so I think that looks good. That created a very warm look to my eyes, and it matches the bronzer that I put on. And then I don't really wear eyeliner ever, or sometimes I do, but I feel like it looks really weird on me. And I don't put eyeshadow on because I do have like I have slightly mono lids, so when I put any eyeshadow on it, when I open my eyes, they disappear. So I feel like there's just no point of doing it, and I just haven't mastered doing eyeshadow for my type of eye. But what I do like to do is I like to put a little bit of shimmer on my eye. I use an eyeshadow from Lancome that doesn't have very much pigment to it, but it does have a lot of shine to it. So it is this one right here. What I do is I take a smaller brush. This one is a precision shadow brush, and I get as much as possible on, and I am not very precise with this precision brush, and I just put it all over my eyelid because in the end when I open up my eye it's going to be covered anyways. But it's kind of like one of those things where when I close my eyes it's like, oh, she has eyeshadow on, and it's kind of a surprise for whoever's looking at me. Sorry, I cannot speak right now. So, you probably can't see it. It's okay if you can't see it, because I know it's there, and maybe that special person can get that little glimpse when my eyes are closed of the eyeshadow. So that's basically all I'm gonna do for eyeshadow on my face. Then I am gonna do mascara. I have to curl my eyelashes because I have very straight eyelashes that literally go down, and so if I don't curl them, they will look hideous with mascara on. Another thing is that because my eyelashes typically go down, I have to use a waterproof mascara because that's the only mascara that will hold up my eyelashes throughout the day and keep them curled. I am just using a basic eyelash curler, and then I have this waterproof mascara from Lancome. You can use any waterproof mascara or whatever mascara you like. I feel like mascara is something that's very personal to each person. Everyone's gonna like a different mascara depending on their eyelashes, but this is one that I found that works for me. So if you're doing this look at home, you can use whatever mascara works best for you. For me, a makeup look is not done until I do my eyebrows. I have very thin eyebrows that tend to go down, so I like to make sure my eyebrows are going up, because up eyebrows, or eyebrows that go up, make you look happier. And so I am just going to brush them up to see what I am working with. I have not done my eyebrows in a really long time, so bear with me. And then once I brush my eyebrows up, I am gonna go in with this eyebrow pencil and then just fill in my bald spots. And that's gonna mainly be here in the front, and then I have some little patchy areas throughout the eyebrows, but I'm not gonna worry too much about the filling in part. I mainly just wanna make sure they're gelled up and in place. Once I put on that eyebrow pencil, I'm going to use a clear gel to gel them up. In the past, I've used color gel, but for this, because I already filled them in, I'm just gonna use clear gel. If you don't want to fill your eyebrows in, a color gel is perfect because it will add color and add some thickness to it without going in with a pencil. So that's what I'm gonna do. This is a Lancome gel. Again, you can use any gel. I also in the past have used clear mascara, and that works amazing as well. So as you can see, I've brushed my eyebrows all up, and now I'm gonna take this pencil with the brush at the end and just make sure everything is in order. Last but not least, actually not last, one more thing and then it's the last thing, but I'm going to use highlighter. This one is a powdered highlighter. Honestly, highlighter again is something like mascara. It really depends on the person and what goes best with their skin tone. This one does not have a lot of color, and it is a powder, so it goes on really light. So what I do is I just put some of the powder into the lid here, and then I take my mini brush and I get some on and I tap off all the excess, because I don't want to look like a light bulb. I just want to look like I'm glowing. And what I do is I focus it on my cheekbones, anywhere where the sun will hit. And because I used that blush earlier with the sparkle and shimmer in it, my face is already kind of glowing, so I don't need too much of this. And then I'm also going to put it a little bit over my upper lip, my top of my nose, and then under my eyebrow bone. And I really like this highlighter because it is very natural. Last step are the lips. So after I put all that makeup on, I look like I don't have any lips because I have foundation on it, product on it, but I'm gonna fix that with this Glossier Generation lipstick in the color Leo, which is kind of a brown color, very 90s, which I really love right now. And it just looks like this, and it goes on really nice. So once I put it on, I like to rub it in with my finger because I feel like it makes it look a little bit more natural and less harsh. I have been really into lip gloss. This is the Fenty Beauty lip gloss in the color, I believe it's Glass Slipper. So there isn't any color, it's just the basic gloss. And I just put this on the center part of my lips. So that adds a nice subtle glow to the look. And I feel like it just looks like I'm a pop star ready to take on the world, and I love it. Okay, so this is the final look. What do you guys think? I know it is pretty simple, but I think it does the job. I love how glowy it is. You can pretty much wear this with any outfit, any occasion, and if you want to spice it up, maybe put an eyeliner on, a little bit more eyeshadow and a brighter lipstick. But for an everyday look, I think this is perfect. It is still very natural. You can see my moles, you can see some of my blemishes, which is okay, but I still look like I tried in the morning. This is actually really simple and really easy, and normally just takes me like less than 10 minutes to do in the morning. And I think this is a very good go-to makeup look for anyone to try. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!